What's up, lovers of whiskey and watchers of YouTube? I am the Malt Activist, and today I have with me something special. I have a dark ale brewed by a Czech brewery, and it has some Ardbeg influence to it. Does that sound interesting? It definitely sounded interesting to me when I got this can. This is the SIBEERIA SLAINTE MHATH. So a friend of mine recently gave me this can. Actually, he gave me two and I drank the first one rather quickly. This is a dark ale called SLAINTE MHATH, made by Siberia Breweries. This brewery is in the Czech Republic in Prague, apparently. And there is some Ardbeg influence to this because as you see here, it says Ardbeg Oak Aged Wee Heavy. That's a lot of words. So I'm not sure exactly what that means. And all the literature is in the Czech language, so there's only so much Google Translate can do. But from what I have figured out is that this is a dark ale, craft beer, and it has been aged with oak chips from an Ardbeg cask. I could be wrong, but I think I'm correct. I don't think it's been aged in an Ardbeg cask because they very specifically mention oak chips. So what I think they've done is they probably got hold of a stave or maybe an Ardbeg cask, I don't know. And then after they brewed this ale, they aged it by dropping these chips into the liquid. And I don't know how long they aged it for and took it out. And so that's why I think it's kind of green. It has somebody with a kilt, the whole Scottish thing, and it's called SLAINTE MHATH. So yeah, I think they're paying homage to Ardbeg, and I think that's pretty cool. So I've already drunk it. Let me pour it out for you guys. Woo! I love it when a beer pops open like that. So as you can see, oh yeah. Nice and dark, quite frothy, almost like Coke. It's got a nice head. I'm not a beer taster, so please take everything that I say from now on with a pinch of salt. I don't even know how to properly nose and smell a beer. I guess it's like nosing and smelling and tasting any other liquid. I will definitely not find any finer nuances because I have no clue. But I will tell you what I'm drinking, and if you like the sound of it, then I guess find yourself one. So I've seen beer reviewers do this, that they will pop it open and they will smell it in the can first, and I totally forgot. So I'm doing that now. Smells very caramelly and nutty as well. Caramel and nuts. Quite sweet, smells sweet. I don't know what else. Because I've said caramel, I'm getting a little butterscotch as well. And a hint of herbs. So interesting, yeah, maybe like but caramel to me, the salted caramel or the roasted, roasted nuts, that's what it is, roasted walnuts. That's what it is. Very pleasant, very pleasant. Actually, there's more smell in the can than there is in the glass. Yeah, I can't get anything. That's weird. I don't know why. So, quite nutty, very caramelly, butterscotch, and tinge of herbs. So overall, quite a pleasant nose. I don't normally drink very dark ales, but this one is quite sweet. It's quite creamy. You can kind of see through it. So it's not very, very dark. I don't know. Maybe on the camera it looks super dark, but you can see through it. Like I can see the outside. I can see my fingers. So it's not very, very dark. Yeah, I'm not getting anything else. I'm getting quite a metallic overtone. So, but in the can it smelled quite nice, and I think I understand why then people smell it in a can. Ooh, more now. Now I'm getting a little earthy peat. No smoke, but an earthy peatiness. I think it needed to sort of rest a little for that to happen. So yeah, nice nose. I'm getting the peat, or I'm imagining the peat, whichever one you prefer to believe. Yeah, I'm guessing obviously there's some level of Ardbeg oak cask influence in this because they've aged it as such, and so it's only natural that you would smell that. No, I don't think it's my imagination. So yeah, this is opening up actually, starting to get more red fruits. Yeah, wow, that's interesting. Strawberries. Or I'm just imagining the whole thing. But okay, I've learned something new. Smell the beer in the can. So irritating. Smell the beer in the can. Okay, nice. All right, I like the nose. I've drunk it, and I'll tell you. Okay, so, well, as the name suggests, Slanjeva. Roasted coffee notes, caramel, dark chocolate, a little bitter at the end. Yeah, heavily roasted. Yeah, I get, so for me it just seems like lots and lots of roast. That's the thing that comes to my mind. Roasted nuts, roasted coffee beans, dark chocolate, and that hint of bitterness right at the end. It could be the dark chocolate or the coffee. And that caramel is now the caramel is now a little more burnt than it was on the nose. So on the palate, the caramel is a little more intense, a little more charred caramel. Very, very, very creamy. Awesome mouthfeel. Not as sweet as I remember it to be. Oh wow. And there you have it, the bitterness right at the end. Wow, so this is really interesting, very, very complex, I think, compared to most beers. And this is, wow, I'm really liking this. I've always wanted to do this, but I've never been brave enough to do this, is do half and half, which is what the Scots do very, very regularly, is that they'll order a beer and a dram side by side, and then they will alternate their sips. So I have with me, where's my glass? There it is. I have decided to take out the Ardbeg 8 for discussion. No reason other than it was the one that was just open and close at hand. So yeah, let's see what this tastes like. A little half and half. You know, when in Rome. I'm not in Rome or Scotland, but I have both things quintessentially Scotch in my hand, except its beer is from the Czech Republic. So not even that, but you know what I mean. So, woo! I love this Ardbeg 8 for discussion. I don't care what anyone says. Quite a lovely dram. But we're not reviewing the Ardbeg 8 here. We're just drinking it. Yes, citrus, pineapple, smoked peat, white black pepper. Everything good. And now the beer. Wow, that is interesting. Woo! So obviously, the beer took on the flavors that were already on my palate with the from the Ardbeg, and sort of mixed with this, and wow, it's now a completely different drinking experience. Holy shit! Okay, now we're back to the original beer. So this is interesting. Of course, I expected this to happen, but the fact that it did, it's actually quite... It took me by surprise. And I never do this. This is probably... I'm going to say the first time in my life that I'm doing half and half. Like, one beer and a dram at the same time. I normally never do that because I think that's just a recipe for disaster. I don't know how the Scots do it, but they seem to do it and they handle it really well. So kudos, good on you. But I would never drink like this. The whiskey mellows out slightly with the beer. Sweeter for some reason. Could be the bitterness from the dark ale. Sorry, that's making the whiskey seem sweeter. But it's really the... Oh wow, this tastes like drinking very, very, very heavy whiskey. So whoa, this was interesting. So I would normally not do that. Maybe for this combination, I could make some sort of exception. And this is heavy. This is like a meal. You know, I've only drunk like half a glass, and I'm already starting to feel like a bit full. Or maybe it's just the fact that I'm drinking a little whiskey with it that's giving me anxiety and it's making me feel full. But yeah. I quite like the taste of this. It's quite nice. Not as sweet as I expected it to be. Does it go well with whiskey? With another Ardbeg? Yeah, sure, I guess. If that's your thing. It's not mine. Even though I enjoy drinking both of them side by side. But I think I have a mental block against drinking two different types of alcohol at the same time. I don't know. Maybe it's weird. But I don't think I'll enjoy drinking whiskey and beer at the same time. And, well, I know, and I don't mean to offend anyone, please. I'm an honorary Scot. At least I hope I am. Or at least an Iliac. I have been proclaimed an honorary Iliac by Mickey Heads of Ardbeg. So there, you can't argue with that. But I think I'm going to refrain from mixing my alcohols, especially at this time of the day. It's pretty much the middle of the day that I'm doing this. Excuse me. Sorry. Well, what do you expect? Yeah. So, yes, this beer. Oh shit, there was some in it. Yes, very cool. I like the packaging. Comes in a nice can. I think it's about 500 ml. Yeah, that's what it is. It's got a kilt and a guy with the red hair and red beard, which is very cool. Oh, what's the ABV on this thing? 7.4% alcohol. So, yeah, it's quite strong, huh? Quite strong. 7.4% ABV in this beer. But very nice, very smooth, very creamy, quite sweet. And I like it. So yeah, so if you can find this, I suggest pick it up and give it a try. Pair it with an Ardbeg and let me know how you feel. Maybe pair it with a different Ardbeg. I chose the 8. Maybe try it with an Oogie or a Corey, something stronger. I don't know if that's a good idea or a bad idea. I guess you'll find out and let me know. Right? So, okay, this was cool. So we did something that wasn't whiskey, and that's okay because essentially it's still malt, and I'm an activist, for all things malt. So there you go. How'd you like that? Leave a comment. Let me know. Let me know if you want me to do like some more beers. I'd be quite happy to do that. It'd be interesting. We did it. I went to Isla Ales, and so there's the Isla brewery that makes ales. And one of the festival years, their festival beer was a festival ale was a pale ale using Port Charlotte peated grist or peated barley. Not like this. So they actually use peated barley to make their ale. It was called the Port Charlotte ale, and so it was heavily peated and interesting drinking experience. Not bad. Not my favorite beer in the whole world, but something interesting. But you know, just the fact that you were in Isla, it was sunny, there were dogs playing, and I was playing with the dogs, and you know, and drinking beer and eating burgers, and it was great. So maybe that's why I liked it more than I should have. But so it's not unheard of to infuse some elements of whiskey into beer, so yeah, I'm glad we did this. This is cool. I don't know if you can tell, this color's become lighter now. Can you? No? Well, we'll never know. We'll never know on camera. So yes, sorry, I know I've been trying to sign off for ages and just not been able to, and thoughts keep coming into my head, and so thank you. So yeah, man, so like this video, drop a comment, and please subscribe if you haven't, because I promise I'm doing a lot more whiskey content related to this, and if you subscribe, you'll get to see a lot of it if you like the stuff that I'm doing. And hit that bell icon, you know, so you know when I upload videos, which is going to be very, very frequent. So yeah, there you have it, man. Thank you so much for having me and joining me for this cool beer review. I'm the Malt Activist. Until next time, peace.